How does it feel to be here at the Circle in the Square Theater, which you've actually performed in before?
I have.
You are going to be running the joint as Bobby Darin and Justin. I mean, how does it feel to be in this space knowing what's ahead of you?
It feels right. It feels like the right time. It's been 10 years since I've been on a Broadway stage. I have a real love for this theater. My second Broadway show was Rocky Horror Show, and that was here. And
You were one of the, are they called Phantoms?
Phantoms,
yeah.
I was, doing a very different show.
This space is so perfect for this show, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I love seeing Just in Time in this space.
Yeah.
What was it like for you the first time you sat in the audience and watched this show?
It was interesting because, you know, they offered me this show, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go check it out and see it. And I watched this show, and I was so blown away by it, but a little too much in the fact that I was like, wait a minute, because I'm doing this for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, am I gonna learn all of this for 3 weeks? And then I said to myself, you know what? Yeah, I would do this for 3 days.
Oh,
It is such a special show, and this is such a special moment. And there honestly aren't roles like this that come around very often. So I'm very excited to sink my teeth into it.
Obviously, Mr. Groff, Jonathan Groff, friend of yours.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yes, has created this special thing here, right, with audiences. And what is it like watching that? And how do you feel about, you're really like working the room? I mean, when I say that, I mean it for real.
You know, so I don't know if you know this, but this is the first time I've ever replaced someone in the show.
Wow.
So for me, this has been a different experience.
Sure.
You know, I'm used to being on the ground floor and creating, but honestly, to take over Jonathan's very, very big shoes to fill is such an honor because he is a friend. He is a beast in this show.
Yeah.
And someone I'm just like, wow, he laid the map so perfectly that it actually takes less of the work off of me. I mean, it's a lot of work to do the show and jump in and get the cardio and all the things, but he has done such a beautiful job at, I'm stealing so many of his bits because I'm gonna try to bring my own, and I was like, whoa, I like that. Oh, I could do it, but I like that. But yeah, to work this room and this space is, they call it an immersive show, and I feel it's very immersed. I feel like we're in it with the audience.
Yeah.
And there's even some beautiful lines in this show where it's like, I want to just make a connection, see your eyes out there in the dark and make a connection, and that's what we're here for. So I'm here for it.
You actually get to come on stage as Matthew Morrison, just as Mr. Jonathan Groff does, and Jeremy Jordan will be doing after you.
Yep.
Because the concept is that you sort of come out as yourself for the opening number, and you talk as yourself. So I believe the script will be adjusted for you.
Yeah, Isaac, he wrote like a great intro for me. I'm very excited to kind of tackle that. And it talks about my history with this theater.
Oh, cool.
And it talks about, me, not having been on a Broadway stage in 10 years.
Cool.
So,
Yes.
but this is home, it feels good to be home.
Obviously, the music you get to do in this show is incredible.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you're really excited just to do? Have you ever done any of these songs before?
I've never done any of these songs before. I've had friends who have seen this show, and they're like, they text me, they're like, this is like so up your alley. These are the songs that I love to sing, and I'm a crooner, I'm a song and dance man, so I feel like this show really fits me like a glove, so I'm excited to put my mark on it.
Well, there's the voice, right? And then there's the physicality of the role. Have you learned Splish Splash?
I have, yeah.
The iconic Splish Splash choreography by Shannon Lewis. Have you done it?
I have. The thing I need to work on is the cardio. It's just like, it's such a beast of, I can do all the dancing and the singing, but like putting them together, and then finishing the thing on this long held note with a rubber ducky in my hand, it's like, woo, I'm huffing puffing. And then on top of that, right after that, I go into a monologue. I'm like, can you just give me a chance to breathe here? It's crazy, but I'm thrilled to be here. This is so exciting for me. I've been away for 10 years. I feel like I have lived my life. I became a dad. I'm coming back with such a different kind of energy, and I've slowed down a lot. And for me, this doesn't feel like I have to prove anything. It feels like more like a thank you to just this community.
So you're really living the Bobby Darin message.
I really am.
You really are living in the moment.
Yeah.
It's perfect for you.
Once in this lifetime.
And the older you get, the easier it is to have that mentality, right?
I think so.
You start to have that gratitude. And
yeah.
what does your family think about you doing this?
It's interesting because I've been offered different Broadway shows and stuff, but a typical Broadway show, you sign a year contract and you're in it for a year.
Huge
And to do that in this stage of my kids' lives, it doesn't feel
How old are your
aligned.
kids?
8 and 4.
Okay.
So it doesn't feel aligned for me. So when they offered this to me for 3 weeks, I was like, I just jumped at it because I was like, this is perfect. I get to like get back on Broadway without having to miss too much of my kids' lives. Yeah.
There will be a lot of Glee fans, I'm sure, in the audience. And Glee fans, by the way, have plenty of shows to go to. Everyone in
Seriously.
Glee is like, it's like, in fact, when I heard you were going to do this, I thought, well, of course, now's the time. I feel like that show also introduced so much music to people. I feel like as time goes on, it's actually going to be seen as such an important tool for like spreading love of Broadway.
It's interesting because I feel like when we were doing it, I definitely did not feel the love because it was such a machine and we were just in it grinding out those shows. It was so challenging. But now looking back at that show after all these years, there is such an appreciation for the message, for the songs, for the fact that, it brought these songs to a new generation, and likewise the same, but brought like these like new and trendy songs to like an older generation. It was really cool.
So 3 weeks on Broadway. Everyone needs to come see just in time. You have to see the show anyway, but you got to see this guy. You got to see all the guys do it. What is your biggest hope for those 3 weeks?
It was interesting. I had a fitting yesterday, and there was this poster on the wall of Angela Lansbury, and it said 24 performances in The King and I. She was doing a 3-week run in The King and I, and I was like, Angela was just kind of shining down on me and giving me inspiration for these 3 weeks.
I love that. If it's good enough for Angela, it's good enough for this guy.
That's right. And I just want to say, dude, we grew up together in this business. We've been doing this since like around the same time, and you've been doing this for so long. You were so old. And no, but it's just like, it's so great to see you, and just like I feel like every time I see you, it's just like a warm hug. So I'm gonna give you a warm hug, buddy.